Today, we're going to solve a problem that I know every single person who runs a meeting or a class has faced. How do you turn that awkward silence into real, actual engagement? Well, there's a simple way to do it. Let's get right into it.
You know that exact moment, right? You ask a great, thought-provoking question to your team or to your students. You lean forward, you're expecting this amazing debate to break out, and you get nothing, just crickets. A sea of blank stares. It is so frustrating, but here's the good news. It's probably not your fault, and it is completely fixable.
And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. We're going to walk through a simple 4-part framework that gives people the structure, the tools, and most importantly, the confidence to actually speak up. It's a method that builds participation from the ground up, and it starts with the most basic step of all. Okay, first things first. Before you can have a great discussion, everybody in the room needs to agree on what a discussion even is. And the trick here is, you don't just tell them, you let them build the definition together. So your very first move as the leader is to turn the question right back to the group. Instead of you giving them a definition from on high, you empower them to find it themselves. This immediately flips the switch from passive listening to active participation. And this is the prompt you use. It's so simple. You just put this question up on a board and you ask people to look it up or maybe chat about it in pairs. It's a really low-stakes task, which is key. It gets everyone involved right away because they're not being asked for some deep personal opinion yet, just to find and share a little bit of information. After a couple of people share what they found, you can pull their answers together into a clear, simple definition, something like this one. Now, the real power here is that you co-created it. This isn't just your definition anymore, it's our definition. And that shared foundation is what you'll build the rest of the session on. Okay, so we've got our shared definition. Everyone's on the same page. Now we can move to the next step. Think about it. If a discussion is like a building, then language is the bricks and the mortar. We need to give our group the actual tools to start building that conversation. You know, it's a common myth that some people are just naturally good at discussions and others are bad at them. But the truth is, it's a skill. And just like any skill, it requires the right tools. For a lot of people, the biggest barrier is simply not knowing what to say or how to jump into the conversation. So you create a phrase toolkit, and you do it the exact same way you did the definition. You crowdsource it. Asking for these sentence starters gives everyone a key to unlock the conversation. They now have a clear, simple way to share an opinion, to agree, to disagree respectfully, or to add on to what someone else said. This toolkit, it is an absolute game changer. So let's recap. The group has its shared definition. It has its phrase toolkit. So what's next? Well, practice. But, and this is important, not on some big, scary, controversial topic. The key is to have a low-stakes practice round, where the real focus is on how people are talking, not what they're talking about. A topic like this is perfect. It's simple, literally everyone has an opinion, and there's no right or wrong answer. The goal here isn't to solve the world's energy crisis. It's just to get people comfortable using the phrases from their new toolkit in a real but very safe conversation. Now, as the facilitator, you have to model this first. You have to show them how it's done. So you can kick things off using one of those start an opinion phrases, like, I think. It's simple, it's direct, and it gets the ball rolling. Next up, you model agreement. This shows the group how easy it is to support someone else's point and build on it. It reinforces the idea that a discussion is a collaborative thing we're all building together. And then, maybe most critically, you have to model respectful disagreement. Using a phrase like, I don't agree, sends a powerful signal that different viewpoints are not just allowed, they're welcome. This is how you create psychological safety and encourage a real debate, not just people nodding along. All right, now it's their turn. You break them into small groups, give them a choice of a few simple topics like these, and you just let them practice. The assignment is crystal clear. Have a short discussion using the phrases from the toolkit that are up on the board. And that brings us to the final phase. And honestly, this might be the most important part of the entire process. After they've had their practice discussions, you bring everyone back together. This is where you lock in the learning and make sure the lessons really stick. The report out from the groups has to be super brief. Each group just shares 1 or 2 key sentences from their conversation. That's it. This keeps the energy high and avoids those long, boring reports that kill the mood. It's not about summarizing everything, just sharing a quick taste of their chat. And here is the crucial pivot. The conversation now shifts away from tea versus coffee. It was never really about the topic. The real learning happens when people start to reflect on the process of communication they just experienced. You guide this reflection with two simple but incredibly powerful questions. The first one, which phrase did you use? Makes them think about the toolkit they just practiced with. But the second one, was it easy or hard to speak? That's where the magic happens. It opens the door to a real, meaningful conversation about the challenges and the feelings that come with speaking up in a group. It builds empathy and self-awareness. So when you put it all together, define, toolkit, practice, and reflect, what you're really doing is systematically building the perfect conditions for a great discussion. You're transforming people from silent observers into equipped, confident, and active participants, just by giving them a little clarity, a few tools, and a safe space to try them out. So that's the method. It's clear, it's actionable, and you know what? It really works. The only question left is, in your next team meeting, your next class, or your next workshop, where are you going to use this framework first? Thanks for tuning in.